Hello, and welcome to Dappz Live, the show where we talk about sports, laugh about sports, and if you're a Mariners fan, cry about sports. Get in the comments now, drop your questions, and we will answer them. Follow the page and be sure to DM us your questions. Today we've got the one and only Blackbeard himself, Dylan.
I'm hotter than Pam.
I'm sending that to Pam, and we'll see what she has to say. All right, guys, let's see. Zach Attack says the streak is over. Tell me which one it is. I imagine he's talking about Mike Evans. Let me know. We're going to just get right into it, guys. The Houston Texans.
Do you want to do this trade really quickly, or do you want to wait for the fantasy segment?
All right, guys, let's just get into this. The streak is over, Zach Attack, and honestly, it's very, very sad. I'm not happy about it. We have a trade offer on the table between Dylan and I in one of our fantasy leagues. He proposed I have Garrett Wilson. He wants to trade me Nico Collins and Keenan Allen. Nico Collins, who got a concussion last night. We'll see if he's going to play this week. So those two for Garrett Wilson. I said I need a running back this week. He said, I'm not trading any of my running backs. I said, who would you trade for Bucky Irving? Because I have Bucky Irving. He said, Quinshon Judkins.
No.
I said, okay, so the trade is Nico, Keenan Allen, and Judkins for Garrett Wilson and Bucky Irving. Now he's rescinded.
Let's move on.
We'll move on. Back to the Houston Texans are garbage. I mean, listen, guys, the Seahawks turned the ball over 4 times last night. When you turn the ball over 4 times in the NFL, it's almost a guaranteed loss, but they still won 27-19. What do we learn from this game, Dylan?
I don't know that we really learned anything from this game. This play was just this play was crazy. Cooper Kupp throwing a pick. You hate to see it. I don't know that we learn anything from this game. The Seahawks are as serious as we thought they were. I think the Houston Texans maybe, you know how in the beginning of the year we were looking at the Giants with Russell Wilson and we were just like, what is the point of watching this team play football? The Houston Texans are all the way there of just like, no, do not want to watch them. They might be the most boring team in the NFL.
Well, I watched them from, I want to say the 20 or the 15-yard line in second or third quarter, opt to not kick a field goal, which would have put them within 8 points.
Yeah.
Go for it, not complete it. Okay, there you lose some points. Later in the game, they're on the 2-yard line, Dill. First and goal, and they don't commit. Or they don't convert. Texans look really, really bad. I don't know if it's the offensive line, but also I was very, very impressed with the Seahawks defense.
Yeah.
On the goal line was incredible. The question is, are the Seahawks for real on defense or are the Texans just ass?
The Seahawks are for real on defense. They're top 5 defense in the NFL. They can probably take the Jags spot right after this weekend. The Seahawks are
your Jag spot, yeah.
What are you talking about? My Jags.
You and Ethan are big Jags guys.
I'm not a big Jags guy.
Big Jags and Colts guys. You went 1 for 2.
You know what we learned last night? Zach Charbonnet is the single most annoying player in the NFL.
He's so annoying, dude. He's so annoying. Kenneth Walker might score 30 points a game if Zach Charbonnet didn't exist. Like, genuinely.
Why does Zach Charbonnet exist?
He always comes in the one spot where it's like Kenneth Walker deserves a touchdown. CJ Stroud is horrible. I mean, 230 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 59 passer rating. This guy looked so good his rookie year. Most comeback games in fourth quarter overtime in his rookie year in the NFL, and he has not looked like that at all this year.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. He's this was last year when Tank Dell went down. Our fabulous JD informed me.
This is just bizarre. Him and listen, he's crying for a teammate, obviously, who went through a horrific injury, but
broken leg in half.
Like bad broken leg. Yeah. And also like CJ Stroud and Tua kind of remind me of each other.
Same exact vibes.
Like, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what are you saying? Nobody knows what you're saying. Sam Darnold, what is this, man? He looks so good, and then you know what he does? He'll throw a ball that actually is a fumble into the end zone and get it picked up.
Yeah.
And by the way, the Texans, what was the score of the game?
27-19.
27-19. The Texans, one of their touchdowns was on a sack fumble recovery.
Right.
So we're talking about a team that might score 12. Also, if they just learned how to kick field goals, they easily could have had this game within a field goal and been in a way different spot.
But
really poor coaching.
Sam Darnold has JSN, and he's throwing these seeds to JSN, like this one that's coming up. I mean, this is just a perfect ball.
So perfect. And it doesn't get better than that.
It doesn't get better than that. And it's just, he's just still so Sam Darnold.
The Sam Darnold issue, I think, is just take the sack, bro. You know what I mean? Or like in that situation, listen, he tried to roll out of it instead of taking the sack in the end zone, and he rolled right into a beast human being who just absolutely torched him.
You're saying he's got a little Will Levis energy sometimes?
Yeah, like he's got to just be like, the play's over, bro. Let's not throw an interception. Let's not fumble the ball. Like, and that comes with experience, and I think that Darnold's only going to get better, I believe. I don't think he's going to get worse.
He's been in the league for 18 years.
Well, sure. I'm just saying but look what he did last year. He got 14 wins.
He may get 14. He may get 14 wins again this year. But I wanted to ask you, because the NFC West is insane. So I want to throw out a division. You tell me if they're a harder or more competitive division than the NFC West. First up, NFC East.
Absolutely not. NFC West is harder. The Giants, as you can tell, are ass. The Cowboys are the most inconsistent team in the league. The Commanders, who were incredible last year, are not the same Commanders this year. Jaden Daniels can't seem to stay healthy, this hamstring thing. And the Eagles, for all the firepower that they have, who should be dominating teams and winning 30 to 20 every week, are not doing that. They're winning games, but they're also losing games or keeping teams in games a little bit longer than most of us would like to see.
And get in the comments. I mean, we've already got some division homers here. Marsh,
Marsh says North is the only right answer. I don't know if he means the NFC North or the AFC North.
He certainly doesn't mean the AFC. Well, the AFC North, I got to say, I didn't put that one on the rundown, but that's a competitive. Let's just knock that one out really quickly.
Joe Flacco really changed the whole dynamic of the AFC North. And this one isn't on the list. Let's go to the next one.
AFC West. What's harder, NFC West or AFC West?
AFC West or NFC West? This is tough because you've got the Broncos sitting at, I think, 5-2 with a loss to the Colts on a call that I didn't like. So potentially a 6-1 team.
You're talking about leverage.
I'm talking about leverage.
You're talking about leverage.
The Raiders are, buns, obviously. And then the Chargers, on this inconsistent play with the Chargers where they go from looking like the best team in the league to what the fuck are you doing? I'm not sold on the Chargers not showing up some weeks and just dominating teams.
This is a much worse division than the NFC West.
I would say that the Niners are a pretty solid team. The Rams are really, really good. The Seahawks are good. The Cardinals are buns. So none of those teams, though, maybe the Rams can compete with the Chiefs, is my opinion there.
That's a good point.
And I think the Chargers and the Broncos can kind of compete with the rest of those teams. Like, I think those are all on the same playing field, so to speak. I think Chargers, Seahawks, Chargers, Rams, Chargers, Niners. It's all a good game. Same thing with the Broncos. And maybe there's a good game to be had against the Chiefs, but the Chiefs are clearly superior to the rest of those teams.
The Rams beat the shit out of the Chargers. The Niners beat the shit out of the Chargers. The Seahawks beat the Chargers.
The Niners played the Chargers this year?
No, I'm just saying in theory, if those teams played each other.
The Niners are so weird because it's like, who the fuck is your quarterback, bro?
They don't need a quarterback.
Yeah, they're the only
Kittle.
team I've ever seen besides the 2000 or 2001 Ravens who just don't need a quarterback.
Well, let's get to the last of the divisions, the NFC North.
Listen, NFC North, pretty impressive, and also kind of not impressive. Okay, let's go over this. I love the Lions. I think this is the superior team in this league who have lost to the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers somehow, some way, because of a tie with the Cowboys, have the number 1 seed currently as we sit here in the NFC. Really not impressive, though, the way they're winning games. Like, they just played the Cardinals with a backup quarterback, and it was a very, very close game. Like, way too close of a game. If you're a Super Bowl contender, you don't the Cardinals, if they score on this drive, win the game. With Jacoby Brissett in for Kyler Murray, who is, looks better than him.
Jacoby Brissett is a better quarterback than Kyler Murray.
Listen, the Bears look good. Like Ben Johnson there. I like Caleb. I think they're a pretty solid team. The Vikings, I think they're frauds. I think the Vikings are frauds. I think they have a great defense, but huge problem at quarterback. Carson Wentz is in right now. Nobody is being transparent with this J.J. McCarthy injury, right? I think when J.J. got injured, everyone thought he was going to be out for a week. and it's been 5 weeks,
Okay.
and there's no update ever.
Really
so,
quick.
And then, by the way, when JJ McCarthy's healthy, he just slots right back into the game, and what? He's supposed to start winning? I'm not seeing that.
The Vikings are the worst team in the division. We've got some comments. OG Giant says bear down. And then this comment from Caden Castor really pisses me off, if I'm being completely and truthfully honest. He says the Cardinals are a good team, though. Bad ball knowledge. I think you're talking about us having
Caden,
bad
I don't know
ball
if you're
knowledge.
talking about us having bad ball knowledge, but all I'm going to ask you is what the fuck happened against the Titans, okay? If I have bad ball knowledge, what the fuck did the Cardinals do?
The Cardinals
are
worse than the Jets, okay? Get out of here with your bad ball knowledge.
Listen, I'm a Jets fan, Caden, so I'm not going to go that far, all right? Good luck, Seahawks. Can't wait to see you guys out in the wild card round. Mike Evans is done. This is just sad. This makes me sad. I hate to see this. I was watching the game. I'm trying to figure out what the hell just happened to him. I thought he landed on his knee, I thought maybe he just fell, and he got the wind knocked out of him. No, but the juggernauts faced off last night. It was the Bucs versus the Lions. The Buccaneers were getting 6 points. I said it yesterday. That's a trap. That is a fucking trap. That doesn't make any sense. The Bucs are 5-1 yesterday. They look great all season. MVP candidate Baker Mayfield, and they're getting 6 points. Something's fishy.
I think if Evans hadn't have gone down, that was a backdoor cover all day.
Listen, it was bizarre. There was all these turnovers back and forth. Very not Bucs Lion-esque football. Baker walked into the Lions home stadium and he put up 9 points.
Yeah.
Like I don't in a dome, like very, very surprising. They didn't have Godwin. They don't have Bucky. Mike Evans comes in, almost catches this incredible deep pass.
Perfect ball.
Gets injured. Egbuka's playing, but like he's injured, so he's not playing. It doesn't look like Egbuka. And this guy named Jahmyr Gibbs is he really fast? He's a fast guy.
Sonic. They don't call him Sonic for no reason.
And that the way in which, if you guys didn't see this play yesterday, like the way in which he's like running a normal 5-yard and then boom, he's literally at the goal line. You're like, how the fuck did that even happen? You thought 31, you thought Winfield was going to catch him for a second?
Not me.
And no.
Can I say we have a bunch of losers in the NFL that have the number 0. Jahmyr Gibbs is a true 0, okay? That's a hard number, and he is a hard man. Okay.
Dude, 0. If you're Jahmyr Gibbs, like you're setting the tone for people wearing 0.
Hey, Matthew Golden, step the fuck up.
Golden, change your number, bro. All right. Steve, what's up, sir? How are you? It's good to see you. Gibbs carried me in fantasy. Hey, I won 2 I was down, by the way, in 2 leagues last night, Dill. Gibbs. Well, I mean, one of them I was probably going to win. I needed 25 points from Jahmyr Gibbs. He got me 39.
Yeah, I ascended. I had 10% chance of winning, shot all the way up to 65. Guess who I was playing? Zach Charbonnet.
Dude, I got criticized in a lot of leagues because I drafted Gibbs over Bijan. And by the way, Bijan's been incredible this year, but I don't think you're upset if you drafted Gibbs or Bijan. They're effectively the same player, and I don't think with all of Bijan's greatness, I don't know if he's had a better game than last night.
No, he is not. And here's the difference between Jahmyr and Bijan. The only game script that hurts Jahmyr Gibbs is when they're beating a team so badly that David Montgomery steps in towards the end of the game. Jahmyr Gibbs' great game scripts are always going to be better than Bijan's. He's in a much better situation. He's a better fantasy pick.
Well, if David Montgomery was not on this team, Jahmyr Gibbs would be the number 1 pick in fantasy every year, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
I mean, Bijan may be close second. But
Marsh says 10 out of 10 times I'm taking Bijan over Gibbs. Listen, I hear that. But I think it's wrong.
I mean, well, this week you'd be wrong. So, Bijan had a good week. Gibbs was just better. Broke 22 miles per hour on an 80-yard touchdown run. That's insane that we're even listing that stat. Baker looked good until Mike Evans.
Yeah, this play is a heartbreaker. I'm not really good at body parts and medicine or nothing, but this looked like a collarbone instantaneously. Just the way that he is laying there, cannot move, is just done.
I couldn't figure it out. I mean, and this is unfortunate because this is the back and forth, right? You want your receiver, you want your player, you're a fan of a team, you want them to lay out for a ball. But on that turf in Detroit, 10 out of 10 times I'd say, Mike, just run, don't dive. Right? You're not like It's the risk is not worth the reward. You make that catch, great. You're at the 20-yard line. The risk is we lose Mike Evans for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Mike Evans is getting up there. You know, the elderly can fall and break a hip and die like that, right? So it would stand to reason that 30-year-old and up receivers, if they dive out for that clavicle, can go
It's
like
pretty
that.
interesting how we compare the elderly to like 6'4", 230-pound Mike Evans, who
Yeah.
probably looks like a Greek god if you were near him without a shirt on.
Interesting and completely accurate.
Yeah.
So,
and for anybody who doesn't know, Jerry Rice, the record that he shared with Mike Evans last year, players with the most consecutive 1,000-yard seasons, that would have been Mike Evans' record to break this year. That's why it's unfortunate, because it would have been really, really cool for Mike Evans to have this record. Still cool to have your name right next to Jerry Rice.
can we really quickly talk about the legacy of Mike Evans? Because I don't think he's going to retire this year. I think he'll probably play again, but he's just one of the most sneaky all-time wide receivers we've ever seen. I mean, this guy constantly is there. He doesn't have the flash of Jefferson or Chase or the people that he was playing against when he came into the league, but he's such a steady and solid wide receiver. I feel horrible for the guy.
Steady and solid. Good news for the Lions. Tyrus Wheat got his first sack of the season. Clear trip.
And Baker was so angry. But I would tell Baker, you were down by 2 scores with like 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. So, you know, it might have been 5 minutes. It wasn't going to happen. But if anybody could have done it, it was Baker.
Yeah, I think that I sort of don't like this play because he obviously does reach out with the leg, but I think he's also kind of getting pushed. So it's almost like an instinct. I don't think it's that much of a egregious play. If it's called a penalty, though, I don't care. Bucs future, listen, Tampa Bay, get your players healthy, please. We want Baker to win a Super Bowl. I think a lot of people want Baker in the Super Bowl. It'll be fun to see.
Get in the comments, who do you want in the Super Bowl? Baker?
Get in the comments, who do you want in the Super Bowl? Tell us who the 2 teams that you want to see in the Super Bowl that just makes the Super Bowl electric. I imagine you don't want the Chiefs in there because it's boring, right? It's boring when the Chiefs are in there. Fantasy winners and losers and waivers.
Great segment title.
Let's take a look at the people that won us the week and lost us the week. Starting with Jackson Dart, 282 yards in the air, 3 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 34 points. This kid is going to be a fantasy stud for a long time. Listen, defenses will start to scheme around him and try to box him in, but a guy who can run the ball with his legs in the end zone and throw the ball, that's a problem.
Getting a lot of Super Bowl pairings here. Luis says Niners versus Bills.
I mean, listen, you'd love to see Josh Allen get there for the first time. You'd love to see the Niners actually get over the hump. Aaron Rodgers, that's just a Cinderella story, right? Cinderella story, Steelers. Bears versus Chargers, very interesting, OG. As a Bears fan, I can understand why you want the Bears in there. But listen, Bears versus Chargers is cool. You get the LA team, you get Chicago, 2 big markets. KC Bucs again, the rematch without Tom Brady. That's a very, very interesting rematch. Seahawks versus Seahawks, of course, Dylan. That would be perfect for Seattle fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of KC versus Bucs for sure. And then what's that question? I can't.
Dapp, how about Jays versus Dodgers? We're gonna get into the World Series in a little bit.
Okay, guys, let's get back to Bo Nix, who is the first player in NFL history to rush for 2 touchdowns and pass for 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter.
Can I ask you something? Made a trade last night. I have Daniel Jones as my quarterback. Jackson Dart has been on my bench. Okay. Sent Jackson Dart away. Get in the comments. Let us know if you have trade questions. Any questions about fantasy?
Guys, let us know if you have a trade offer or you want to trade somebody to somebody else. Please let us know if you're contemplating who to start or sit this week. That's what this segment is about. We're talking about it. Okay?
I sent Dart away for Jordan Addison.
You got Jordan Addison for Dart. Listen, I traded Patrick Mahomes away week 3 only because I have Josh Allen. For Terry McLaurin the next day. Terry McLaurin was announced that he wouldn't be playing Sunday. He hasn't played in 5 weeks. So this kid who makes these trades, by the way, with me, and then just in the league in general, is such a shyster. Like, the luck that has to happen for you to move a top 4
It's blood magic.
It's blood magic.
Blood magic. OG Giant says, should I get rid of DK? Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
DK is the only, and I mean this, he is, I think, the only wide receiver on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The rest are just gigantor
I'll tell you
tight
something.
ends.
I'm a Jets fan. I love Garrett Wilson. I hope he gets traded to the Steelers.
Oh, my
I hope he gets traded
God.
there. Because, listen, he'd be competing for something there. They're going to make the playoffs. They'll probably win the division. He'd have DK on the other side of him. Guess what? He has chemistry with Rodgers. You don't have to build it. So
Yato says, should I get Rashee Rice? I was really
hell yeah, you should get Rashee Rice.
100% you should get Rashee Rice. The only thing with Rashee Rice is if he was in a traditional offense, Rashee Rice would be, we would see stat lines of 85 and 2 weekly. But the Kansas City Chiefs are so cutesy that he'll get his touchdowns, but I don't think he's going to get those. He's not going to get the consistent work. They're going to throw to Tyquan Thornton for no reason.
Spencer asks, Gainwell or Pacheco, which is a really interesting position to be put in. What I will tell you is I watched Jalen Warren last week on the Steelers. He looked really good. He looked strong. He looked like the lead guy. And unless he goes down, I'm not starting Gainwell. And I hate Pacheco, but I think you'd have to start him over Gainwell.
I agree.
Quentin Johnson, Devontae Smith, Jefferson, or Romeo Dobbs. Pick 3. You got to bench Dobbs. Gainwell or Pacheco, yeah. Back to the winners and losers from last week, guys. Like I said, Bo Nix puts up 40 points, 2 touchdowns in the air, 2 touchdowns on the ground in the fourth quarter. That's never been done before by a quarterback. Very impressive win against the Giants. New York teams are an absolute joke. CMC, I mean, do we even need to go over him? 1 million yards, 1 million touchdowns, 35 points.
The only reason we should talk about him is with George Kittle, and we'll talk about George Kittle. George Kittle. With Kittle back in the fold, these two, you want to talk about Sonic and Knuckles? George Kittle, is it really that big of a difference with Kittle in the game with CMC? Because it looked like, I think Kittle had 2 targets. The rest was just blocking for Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think it's game flow with the Niners. And like when Christian's doing his thing and the defense can't stop him, you're not going to stop giving it to Christian McCaffrey, right? And I think there's other games that kind of just play out where they stack the box and just try to prevent McCaffrey, and then Purdy does his thing with Kittle or Ayuk or Kendrick Bourne, right? Kendrick Bourne, Mac Jones' favorite target. It's going to be interesting, though, because remember, the Niners, in theory, are only going to get better, right? Because they're going to get healthier. Now, listen, huge losses on defense. They don't have Fred Warner or Bosa, their 2 best players.
Yeah.
But they will get Ayuk back. They will get Pearsall back. And now you have Pearsall, Ayuk, Kittle, Kendrick Bourne. Like, Purdy has all of these weapons, and we haven't even mentioned CMC. And by the way, their backup running back is Brian Robinson Jr., who is a fucking G. Is Bowers worth selling? I don't think he's worth selling. I think he's worth buying low if you don't have him. Josh Allen or Jackson Dart. Listen, the fact of the matter is I got placed in this position by drafting Josh Allen and Patty Mahomes. You can't not start Josh Allen. He's been underperforming. I'm sensing, though, Josh Allen is about to go on an insane tear, right? I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. You're going to see some 40-point weeks from Josh Allen.
Too many comments to get to. We've got trade Saquon for James Cook, 100%. 100%. You got to find out. I don't know what happened to Saquon. He looked pretty hurt. So we'll see what happens with the injury report. Brees for Dowdle.
No, I mean, I kind of like it, but I don't like it because Brees might get traded and then he's going to be valuable to wherever he goes, number one. And number two, they're not committing to Dowdle, the Panthers, and the Panthers are run like a bunch of morons. So I don't love committing to Dowdle fully unless he's like your flex. We're going to get to Jonathan Taylor, 130-ish yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, this guy is the best running back in the league. It's CMC him 1-2, either way, however you want to cut it, right?
I have them both on one team.
And by the way, I don't even know what to say because like we also have to talk about Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan. So there's a lot of good running backs.
It's JT, it's CMC, and then the second tier down is Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, I get it, but like it's any given week that can change. Right?
Nope. That's set in stone pretty much.
I don't know about that. I just want to take a quick look, guys, as I have Dill here.
And as he's looking
being
at that,
so bold.
get in the comments. Let me know. I'm thinking about shipping away JT for Jalen Warren and Bucky Irving. Let me know if that's a stupid trade or not. JT is on a team that is working efficiently.
You know what? I'm going to give it to Dill there. He kind of nailed it. Except for the fact that Bijan has played one less game than Taylor and McCaffrey. And if he put up, a 25-point game, he's got the same amount as Christian. If he puts up a 35-point game, he's at the same as Jonathan Taylor. Not to say that's going to happen, but would you really be surprised? I don't think so. So, yes, CMC, JT are the clear 1-2. Bijan 3. Gibbs would be the number 1 if he didn't have that pesky Montgomery, Zach Charbonnet on his team. We're going to go over to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, who you just wish this happened every week. And you wonder why it doesn't happen every week. And if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I'd be in so much pain because your team is so stacked. It's so good. And it's just like the Kardashians. It's this weekly reality show of like, oh, my feelings are hurt and I didn't get the ball. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, get on the same page with your fucking homies.
You're 100%. A.J. Brown is Scott Disick or whatever the fuck that guy's name is. Or a Kardashian. The weird thing about Devontae this week is that he was actually getting some more targets. Usually he does his damage with about 3 balls. He was getting peppered a little bit. It's not going to happen every week. It's going to happen maybe 2 more times this season. Devontae Smith is overrated. I would never draft him and never start him.
Well, I didn't draft him or start him either. I did offer Patrick Mahomes to Parcell for him for Devontae straight up, which he declined and screwed both of us on. Devontae Adams looked unbelievable. I mean, the fact that Devontae Adams is playing with Matt Stafford, it's like, it reminds me of Megatron, like all over again. It's just, Devontae Adams is still that good. Maybe he's lost like half a step. Like
it was always about his route integrity and his IQ. It was never about athleticism.
And there was this one touchdown where like they were on the 2-yard line and Stafford kind of just like threw it right over everyone because Devontae Adams is so much, and he was like, mine. And it happened so fast. And this is so funny because like even with Puka down, guess what? Stafford has Devontae Adams, right? Let's get to Jake Ferguson, guys.
Really quickly, Ilya says, will Lamar be back this week? Do you think he will go crazy when he comes back?
If Lamar Jackson is healthy, they're about to go on an insane tear. Don't be surprised if the Ravens are 5-5 in 4 weeks, or maybe 4-6.
They will be 5-5.
Yeah, I think they'll be 5-5, and I think
go get Henry if you can.
And listen, guys, I mean, listen. There's a lot of fans who are very happy right now with the standings, and I'll tell you one thing. My personal opinion is that the current standings in the AFC are not going to look like this at the end, and probably the NFC too. You have the Colts in first, Patriots, Broncos, Steelers, Bills, Chargers, Jags. As we stand right now, the Chiefs are not in the playoffs. Let's be real, okay? That's not happening. Also, the Ravens are not in the playoffs. So, from my personal experience, if you're in the 1 or 2 spot or even a 3 spot in the AFC right now, and you have to play the Ravens in the wild card, you're not happy. You're not happy at all. You're not going to be happy.
Golden Benz was Iamanor and Stafford for Travis Hunter and T-Law, a good trade.
Listen, Travis Hunter finally got his first touchdown. I think he's getting into rhythm. I think that these fantasy experts quoted him way too high. I don't know if he went 8th round or what he went. Wasn't worth it. Wherever he was, whatever his ADP was, it was not worth it to draft him there.
This two-way thing, this once in a generation thing. If it was real, we would have seen it instantaneously.
Yeah, well, maybe. I think that a lot of coaches, though, and look at the Jets as an example, like think their system is smarter than the actual athlete that they have, and then they kill the athlete's career and their own team. Jake Ferguson, 7 for 7, 29 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jake Ferguson is an elite tight end. And by the way, CD was back this week. They had CD and Pickens, and Ferguson is still putting up 18 points. Incredible.
Guess who the number 1 tight end on the season is?
Jake Ferguson. Surprise, surprise.
You get to some comments while I pull up some stats on his games because they're absolutely bananas.
They're bonkers. So, guys, we're going to go through who lost us the week. And Justin Fields, for all the hate that he gets, remember he had multiple 30-point weeks this season, and they're talking shit about him, about how he can't throw. It's not Justin Fields, guys. Trust me. It's the Jets. It's the organization of the Jets. Listen. This is the team that had Sam Darnold, right, who looked like absolute trash, and he wasn't a starting quarterback. Before that, they had Geno Smith, who, not to say Geno Smith is great right now, but he was pretty solid on the Seahawks for 5 years. He stunk on the Jets, right? He stunk on the Giants. Moving to Caleb Williams.
Can I really quickly?
You want to talk about Justin Fields more?
No, I don't want to. Who wants to talk about Justin Fields? Herbert and Rashad for Kamara and Stafford. That's
Kamara's so bad this year. I keep Herbert. I think he's going to score a lot. Rashad is probably going to be out in a couple weeks, but I think he's nice insurance to have. I don't think there's really a benefit in having Stafford over Herbert.
Someone said someone offered me Egbuka for Travis Hunter and Jordan Addison. I would do that deal in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Jake Ferguson, 6 weeks of this season, 12, 14, 13, 20, 10, and 18. Those are wide receiver 1 numbers.
Wide receiver 1. Okay, let's go. Let's move to Caleb Williams, guys. 4 points, also absolutely deplorable from Caleb Williams. This is a guy who has been very impressive, scoring 25 points a week on average at the QB position. Would have been drafted in the 8th, 9th, 10th round. Actually, he went undrafted in some leagues. So moving along to Breece Hall.
I believe in Caleb. It was just a running game.
It was a running game, yeah. Which is weird because they played the Saints, which they should have dominated. Breece Hall, I feel for this guy the same way I feel for Justin Fields, the same way I feel for Garrett Wilson. Like, that jersey is just it's cursed.
It's an albatross.
It's an albatross. It's absolutely cursed. It's hexed. It's not fair to the guys who have to wear it. Breece Hall looked really good to start the season. A lot of points. And by the way, if the Jets were 0-7 and they were scoring 30 points a game and losing these heartbreakers, I would go, you know what? Give Aaron Glenn a chance. Don't worry about it. But now they're just like, they're throwing Justin Fields under the bus all of a sudden. No, you don't score 30 against the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers week 1 and put up 30 again against whoever it was week 2 or 3 and then blame Justin Fields can't throw the ball. Your system is screwing him up. Whatever it is that you're trying to box him into, not working. Let him go play backyard football. Saquon, 6 points. This is scary, man. Yeah. This is frightening. If you're a Saquon drafter and you took him 2nd overall, I feel bad. I don't, though, because I was not taking Saquon in the top 4 picks. I wasn't. I really wasn't.
No way, dude. Are you kidding me?
If I had a top 4 pick, I wasn't taking Saquon. He would have had to drop to me at like 9, 10, 11, 12. Rome Odunze, he scored 4 points. That's pretty wild considering his insane start to the season. And then Jalen Waddle, who everybody thought was going to be an absolute beast once Tyreek went down, has 2 points because Tua
is that bad.
Yeah, because Tua is just so freaking bad. Steven says, is Bucky Irvin worth trying? Yes. I mean, listen, if Bucky comes back and he's healthy, Steven, he's such a G. He's such a G. Golden drafted Judkins in all his leagues. Good for you, dude. That is so smart. I have Jackson, Kyron, Breece, Addison, Flowers, Kelsey, and Chase. Yes, you're very good.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Let's go to Dallas Goedert, 3 points. Yeah, he crushed me in one league. Kittle, 0 points, 100 blocks. Not really surprising. Waivers, Gadsden, a tight end on the Chargers. I mean,
let's cycle through this hideous picture of Kittle because he lost me the weekend.
We're gonna go to Gadsden now.
This
for
kid,
waivers.
came out of nowhere.
He had 30 points in one of my leagues, which I couldn't even believe because there was a 5-point bonus. So
if you need a tight end, go spend some money on him. Brashard Smith, I wouldn't drop a ton of fab on this guy, but the Chiefs running back situation is horrible. So this guy's got to be better than Isaiah Pacheco or Kareem Hunt, right? I mean, come on.
Just stay away from every running back on the Chiefs, guys. Stop. Don't insert them in your lineup. It's not worth it. Kyle Monaghan, I don't know how to say his name. I hate this guy. I drafted DeAndre Swift. He's so good. DeAndre Swift is so good.
He's so good.
He's so good, and this guy's eating up carries, taking touchdowns away. By the way, I think Swift scored 20 points. So, we're talking about DeAndre Swift would look like Jahmyr Gibbs if this guy didn't exist. But again, I shouldn't be surprised. This is Ben Johnson. Used Gibbs and Montgomery. Now he's using these two. It's the new version of that. Not
both
surprised.
Can eat. This is the most exciting waiver of the week Terrell Jennings.
T-Gen.
Mike Vrabel upgraded this guy to the practice squad, had one conversation with him, and said, and I quote, "We found our 5-minute running back." Now, I don't know what that means, but it sounds good.
Well, the only thing I will say is who everybody hates and nobody understood because I drafted both of them. Ramondre Stevenson scored 15 points last week. So, again, Mike Vrabel says a lot of things. None of them add up, though, Dill. None of them add up because, again, Travion cannot get one touch by the end zone. Maybe this kid will. What is his name? Jennings?
Terrell Jennings.
Terrell Jennings. Do we have a stat line on him from last week?
Yeah, I'll get it for you.
So it's absolutely bizarre what's going on in New England. Maybe this is a guy I should pick up with Ramondre Stevenson just in case. But Travion Henderson, ADP, 4th round by all the experts. What a freaking joke.
5 for 18.
5 for 18, not going to cut it in my book.
Just stash.
Guys,
just
good
stash.
luck. And remember, don't spend a ton of FAAB on anyone, please. NFL Power Rankings, baby, our favorite seg of the week.
Can we answer a couple of these comments really quickly? Ertz or Taylor over Gaddison? No.
Ertz or Taylor over, who is he saying?
Gadsden.
Who's Taylor?
I think the guy on the Jets.
Oh, no. I mean, listen, after what Gadsden did, the only thing that I'm having trouble with is Herbert has McConkey, Keenan Allen, and Johnston. They're all healthy.
I would say
so. I wouldn't expect this to happen every single week, but it was a pretty impressive breakout game for the kid, and I think he should be rostered.
You don't want to have anybody that's.
I think you pick him up and stash. I think you pick him up and stash him unless your tight end sucks.
Should I pick up Pacheco or Monangai?
Monangai all day.
100%. Traded Allen for Brees and Kyron Williams and Garrett Wilson. Is that fair? You won that trade.
He's saying Josh Allen and Brees?
No.
Keenan Allen?
Keenan Allen.
Okay.
All right, let's get to the power rankings.
I know we've got the World Series in the NBA to kick off, but Week 7 is in the books, so let's quickly give the people what they want. The objective, purely truthful, 100,000% power rankings. Coming in at the 5 spot because I refuse to put them any higher. The Indianapolis Colts, Dylan's favorite team of the year. Listen, they're winning. They're winning. They keep winning. They keep beating teams. The Chargers, pretty inconsistent team, but I will put that in the good team that they beat ranking because they beat some pretty fucking bad teams. The Colts.
Carly Ursay
is doing her thing.
She is doing her thing. I gotta say, I love Carly Ursay.
We have to respect Carly.
Of course you do. She's really, really grinding on the sideline.
And I just want to say, Adrian, Nolan, Golden Boy, Digo, everybody, Smitty, everybody who's commenting right now, please give us a follow. We want to hear from you every single week, not just today. We talk about fantasy sports and gambling and just sports in general every single day, 12 p.m. Pacific. Please give us a follow, and we want to see you here tomorrow again at 12 p.m. to talk about, listen, are there injuries? Are we going to know more on Lamar Jackson tomorrow? Is he going to be in the lineup? Is he not? Are we starting Tyler Huntley? Right? These are the things we got to talk about on a daily basis, and we need you guys to do that, okay?
Sub Jose, thank you very much, WPod. Get in the comments, let us know your power rankings, top 5 teams.
And by the way, please, yes, comment your power rankings, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with your teams next to them. So I put the Colts in the 5 spot. We're putting the Eagles in the 4 spot, all right? Listen, they're still reigning Super Bowl champions.
Big man.
Listen, in a game where it looked like the Vikings were going to come back, no, Eagles said absolutely not, played the type of football they're supposed to play, threw the ball and didn't run it, which they're getting criticized every week for not throwing the ball. But, of course, Jalen Hurts is a very, very good quarterback. I think we need to stop acting like he's not.
Can we stop with this stuff? What Jalen Hurts did on Sunday to a pretty good defense was bananas.
And also what he did in the Super Bowl where he won the MVP by scoring 40 points on Patrick Mahomes.
This year, though, there's been this narrative of game manager, running quarterback. What he did on Sunday showed everybody that, oh, no, actually, he's one of the best all-around quarterbacks, maybe top 3 quarterback in the NFL probably.
Listen, Jalen Hurts is amazing. Stop hating on Jalen Hurts. Next up, the Rams, the team that was in the background of that ridiculous blocked field goal. And had the Rams won that game, I think they're in the 1 spot right now. If the Rams beat the Eagles.
Yep. Along with the Colts.
Remember, The Rams won 35-7 against the Jaguars, who snuck that game out against the Chiefs, right? The Jaguars won that game, didn't they?
Against the Chiefs, yeah.
Yeah, with
Duval. We were all saying
with that
Duval.
ridiculous touchdown.
Still don't
at the
know
end.
what that means.
So, we thought the Jaguars were for real. They're not, obviously. They got absolutely destroyed. It'd be a different thing if they were in the game against the Rams. At no point were they in the game. Their 7 points came at the end of the fourth quarter, so they got dominated 35-0. And by the way, they did it without Puka Nacua. Puka didn't even play. So, and Puka is an offensive player of the year type candidate behind maybe a Jonathan Taylor and a CMC. But, if he were to break the receptions record, it's difficult to give it to another player, right?
Puka's starting to get some more injuries than he used to.
He's injured every year, and that's why I love Puka. It's very difficult to draft him. We're going to go right to the Lions at number 2. Lions absolutely dominated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last night. Wasn't even close. That's a 5-1 team they beat. Their losses this year come to the Chiefs, and they come to the Packers week 1. So the Lions, you got to be a good team to beat them. I think they were a little rusty week 1. What really concerns me about the Lions is Jared Goff, because Jared Goff is just not the guy. He is in the best system that he could ever be in, and he plays well within that system, but every year there's always this Goff thing that he does. Like, why did you do that, bro?
He's like a worse Lamar Jackson.
He made like a really bad pick yesterday that didn't make any sense, and I'm like, that's what Goff's gonna do to you. And then number 1, guys, a team who's currently not in the playoffs, the Kansas City Chiefs. Don't care about their record, guys. They didn't have Xavier Worthy for 3 or 4 weeks. They got him back, absolutely trounced whoever they played last week. And then they get Rashee Rice back, and they trounced
the
week before. Well, like when they got Xavier Worthy back, they looked like the Chiefs offense again. It was absolutely insane. And then they get Rashee Rice back, and now it's getting scary. Now it's getting like, oh, you're beating a team 40-0.
Yeah, the Raiders scored, remember, 0 points against them.
Which also, by the way, the Colts did to the Raiders, also scored 40-0. I mean, this is really weird for Pete Carroll, because I thought Pete Carroll's going to come in and the Raiders are going to be one of those teams that like wins annoying games in a weird way.
The Raiders need Jared Goff.
Geno Smith. Geno Smith is just not the guy. I think that if you could trade for Kyler Murray, that's an interesting trade.
Well, we broke the news. That's happening. We just broke it a little early.
As a Raiders fan, or just as a football fan, like I'd rather Jacoby Brissett play. I'd rather Jacoby. Guys, we're just experiencing some technical difficulties real quick. We're just going to jump in. Right here. I think I'm going to sit right here real quick. Hey, guys. Listen, there's so much advanced technology in the world. You know what I mean? It's not easy to keep batteries alive for extended periods of time. Cameras these days, you know how they are. This is always where I've wanted to sit anyway.
Guys, so sorry about that. It's a long show. Okay, remember, our power rankings are right. Yours are wrong.
And that's how you gotta respect that. Okay. The World Series is locked. Seattle hung in there all game until George Springer. 3-run dinger in the 7th, takes the Blue Jays to the final boss, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Springer was unreal. This moment was so big for Toronto. It was so cool to watch live. Probably not as cool as Shohei Ohtani, but still.
It's important to remember that George Springer is a filthy fucking cheater, and he shouldn't be allowed to play in the MLB.
And listen, this is how you win. You cheat. You know what I mean? You go to the next team and you do your cheating ways. You bring them over there and you bring them to the World Series. So as a Mets fan, I wish we signed George Springer. Listen, the Blue Jays in the regular season, just remember everybody, led the league in average, hits, and on-base percentage. In the playoffs, the Blue Jays lead the league in average hits, on-base percentage, and home runs. So you would think the Dodgers hit the most home runs, but remember, before that game that Ohtani hit 3 home runs, the Dodgers have been winning games 2-1, 3-1 with just dominant pitching, right? And their bats don't need to show up. Ohtani went 1 for 30, and then obviously he came out of nowhere and was a Shohei Ohtani again. Surprise.
Kevin Durant.
So this is such a scary picture. Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Yamamoto, and Shohei Ohtani. I would almost argue that you could use these guys whenever you want in any game. So Blake Snell, 6 innings, maybe he's getting knocked around. fucking bring in Ohtani.
Now
Just bring him in.
Now they only have 4 games to win. So we might just, hey, sorry, we don't need your arms for the rest of the year. You're going to have
You're going to go 6 innings, sit, next starter in. Right? And then who cares? I don't care if you go Blake Snell 6 innings, Glasnow pitches the rest of the game, Yamamoto starts game 2, Ohtani comes in, Blake Snell starts game 3. I don't care.
You go Snell, Yamamoto for 2 innings, Sasaki. See you later next game.
Guys, this starting rotation had an ERA of .62 in the championship series, the best ever in any series in MLB history. Ever. In any 7-game series ever. That's absolutely disgusting. Because of that, the Dodgers are -215. The Blue Jays are +180. Dill, who do you got? He's a Dodgers fan. We're not going to talk about that. Toronto fans, pray. Just pray. Pray.
Look at this picture. Look at all these sweet Toronto fans. Look at these poor fucks.
They don't know
they're
what
about to
they don't
lose
know
the
what
World
they're talking
Series.
about. The NBA season has begun tonight, guys. It's exciting. We got all the sports on again. Remember, hockey. I know everybody loves hockey. All right, football, baseball, World Series, and basketball. They call this the Thanos of the Infinity Gauntlet. I don't know what they call it.
That's what they call it.
It's the greatest time in America and everywhere on Earth. You know what that means? We're placing bets. Power rankings.
Well, first, let's get to your bet of the evening, okay?
Okay, fine. Okay, guys, if you like money, this is not financial advice. If you like money, you want to fucking win some money. By the way,
You
I
wanna-
probably would have.
You want to fucking win some fucking
win
money?
some fucking money? Probably would have hit the parlay yesterday, the spider, if Mike Evans didn't go down. Okay, so I had him 3 receptions. I think that was his second, and he got injured. So that ruined everything. I'm not taking blame for this. I'm not. Okay. Houston Rockets +6.5. Give me the points all day against the defending champions. I don't know if you've seen the lineup projection for the Rockets. Everyone is over 6'11".
Oh, yeah. I think they're the tallest team in the NBA.
Kevin Durant is playing shooting guard tonight.
Yeah.
Like, that's where he's
Yeah,
playing.
yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
I'll take the points. Listen, the OKC could still dominate the game, and you could still cover. That's why I like the Rockets on the road. I'm also going to take the Warriors on the road against the Lakers because LeBron's not playing. Listen, Luka could win any game, but I don't understand the dynamics of the Lakers roster yet. I got to see it. To believe it. I don't know if they made any major moves that are going to help.
Come buckets, 18 points. Lock it.
Okay.
By the way, it's important to remember that the Houston Rockets are playing a franchise with 0 integrity, with a star that cheats every minute of every game, and Chet Holmgren can't read. Let's get to the power rankings.
Rockets. Oh, before we get to the power rankings, I got to go over this with you guys. The last time the NBA had an opening night without LeBron, we're going to go back in time. The iPhone didn't exist. So remember, LeBron's not playing tonight, guys. The last time LeBron didn't play in an NBA season opener, the iPhone did not exist. Kobe and Shaq were teammates, okay? Allen Iverson was the league MVP. Drake was still on Degrassi. The Spurs' big 3 hadn't won a ring yet. So this is just absolutely ridiculous. Look at this bubblegum LeBron. Pretty impressive. And by the way, the Spurs' big 3, think about that. Tony Parker, Manu, and Timmy D hadn't won a ring yet. That's pretty wild. We're going to get into the power rankings, guys. I have the Rockets coming in 5th. All right, KD's on the team. They were 2nd in the West last year. It's going to be interesting to see what this team dynamic looks like. I don't think KD's lost a step on offense, and he's got some young dogs around him. Very, very excited to see what the Rockets do. Knicks coming in 4th. My Knicks, 1 year with Bridges and Brunson and Cat all together playing as a unit. We'll see if they could be more cohesive. They got rid of Thibodeau, so maybe they don't play as many minutes. We're going to see what happens. Cavs coming in at number 3. They were dominant in the regular season, had the most wins of any team. They got injured in the playoffs. We're going to give them the 3 spot. Nuggets, Joker. What are you going to say? I mean, come on. Nobody wants to play Joker anytime, any day of the week. He's so good. And then the Thunder, obviously, guys. I'm having a lot of difficulty wrapping my brain around how any team beats this team. I'm not seeing it happen. So Thunder are probably going to repeat as champions, barring serious injuries. They're so deep. The roster is so well constructed. SGA, Chet, J-Dub, Hartenstein, Caruso. Again, they're just so deep. The NBA season is here, and thank God. Jose, what do I think about the Magic? I think that Banchero is serious, dude. I think he's a serious player. I'm interested. I think they probably have a year or two before they're real contenders, guys. But listen, let us know in the comments. DM us. We'll be back on tomorrow at 12 p.m. That's our show, guys. Again, be sure to check out our gambling and fantasy content at Dappz Sports on YouTube. Up or down Thursdays at noon. We will see you tomorrow.